Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at the Daily Mail Cryptic Crossword from the 13th of May. This is a fair cryptic crossword. It's on the beginner, maybe heading up a little bit toward intermediate side on occasion. So let's get started. Okay, so with a cryptic crossword clue, you're going to get two clues in one most of the time. Usually one part of that is a straightforward definition, and the second part could be a piece of wordplay, could be another definition, we'll see. Okay, so what have we got then? First of all, we just need to find a clue where we can get in, get some letters in, get some crossing letters. Okay, bills are revised by some politicians. So here, the definition is either going to go at the start or the end of the word. End of the clue, sorry. And is either going to be bills or bills are revised, or politicians or some politicians. The word revised here sticks out to me because it looks to me like it could be an anagram indicator. And bills are happens to be 8 letters. So a word for some politicians might be liberals, which is an anagram of bills. That gives us 4 crossing letters, so that's going to be a good start. Circuits almost become void. A circuit, I'm immediately thinking a loop, but circuits is plural. If something is void, it's not seeing that. Outlaw in gang carrying equipment. So the word in here feels like it could be positional. Word for outlaw in a word for gang. But then carrying also feels it as well. So the word gang carrying or surrounding a word for equipment. A rig, an equipment can be a rig, which is a short synonym. And a gang could be a band, and that does give us brigand. So that feels okay. Bread found in luxury car. Luxury car, I'm thinking Mercedes, I'm thinking Ferrari, I'm thinking Rolls Royce. Bread roll sounds like that would be fine. Prince Henry has iodine in medicine bottle. A medicine bottle is a vial. Iodine could be an I, but for that to work, that would be VIIAL, which doesn't sound right. Prince Henry. I believe that can, in cryptic crosswords, be Hal. How would that work? Oh, Henry. Henry can be Hal. So Henry has iodine, and Prince, I'm guessing, can be abbreviated to P. Prince can be PR. The abbreviation P for Prince is not common or standard. I mean, I think this has to be it because file is just a medicine bottle, a vessel for holding liquids. Typically used for medical samples. So yeah, I'm happy with that. P must be for prints. Circuits almost become void. I mean, with the P there, it really is making me think loop. I mean, circuits would make it loops. Circuits almost become void. Take out an O. Have almost all the word loops. Get lapse. I mean, immediately I'm a bit concerned here just because we've already got both the crossing letters. Circuits almost. We'll think on that one and see what we get. What's left, for example, in moulded clay? So this is an interesting one. So what part might be a definition? It could be what's left, or it could be moulded clay. I'm thinking the definition might be what's left, and the wordplay here might be something that means, for example, I'm thinking e.g. in moulded clay, an anagram of the word clay. How would that work? Just put in e.g. and just put in the letters to work it around, and it just happens to mostly work. Legacy. A legacy is what's left. Once you're gone, your legacy is the thing you leave behind. Great distance out in space. Right. So again, I'm thinking the word out makes me think it could be an anagram indicator, and the easiest way to make this work, and kind of goes with the letters, is an anagram of space and R, an abbreviation of right. So how would that work? Oh, no. So just thinking, where could the P go? The P definitely doesn't look like it can go there. So the P could go there, but actually when I think of putting the P there, this does just fall together. A parsec is a great distance. Is it? What is a parsec? It's something ridiculous, like it's the distance between it's a distance in space. I think it's something like if you look at a star 6 months apart, it moves some ridiculously small distance. Let's have a look. Clearly my physics isn't what it used to be, but the point is it's a great distance. A unit of distance. Yeah. I feel justified in half remembering that. A unit of distance used in astronomy, 3.26 light years. 1 parsec corresponds to the distance at which the mean radius of the Earth's orbit subtends an angle of 1 second of arc. The mean radius of Earth's orbit, that is talking about looking at a star, looking at something 6 months apart. Yeah, just Ridiculous. Okay, that was a good. I like that clue. I did like that one actually. Last bear. I think this one's a double definition, and if you've got 2 word clues, it's often double definition just because you don't have a lot of space to really work with it, to get wordplay in. So I think it's endure. If something lasts, it endures. And if you bear something, you endure it. So that feels very reasonable. Let's go here only because I like having a starting letter. Bertrand. The only Bertrand I can think of is Bertrand Russell. So unless this is an anagram, and that's 6 letters, it doesn't feel likely. Bertrand we hear making a noise. Yes. But which Russell is it? So we hear is a homophone indicator. So this is either giving us Bertram Russell, which maybe has 2 L's, or this is giving us Russell, which is a sound. I think we'll go with that. Either way, this S should be safe. Duke only turning up in Greek island. So Duke, I'm sure, can be abbreviated to D. Only. So it's the only thing. It could be the sole thing. And I'm thinking that mostly because we've got the S here. And the word turning up implies to me that we're going to take that word and turn it the other way up. So what would soul do? Delos. I mean it. Duke only. Could Delos be a Greek island? Connection. The L there works. Connections for a cat, by the sound of it, again, by the sound of it indicating a homophone, a word that sounds like another. A connection could be a link, so connections could be links, but in terms of a cat, it could be links. Now at least, so with this one, we've got 2 reasons to think that it's this way round. One, the homophone indicator is by the word cat and not by connections, and 2, they've got different numbers of letters, so that makes it easier. Support for others. I think this one's a double definition as well. Similarly, if it's only 2, if it's 3 words, there's still not much room for wordplay, especially if one of those words is 4. That's just a joining word in this case to make it kind of make sense as a phrase. If you support something, then if something supports you, then you're resting on it. So it's a noun, a support is a rest. In snooker, for example. And the others would be the rest of the people. Put off, he left port. Duke only. He left port. So with the D and the R here, I'm thinking Dover. And just a quick note, I did another one of these the other day that I'm sure was also by Michael Curl. And a couple of these words, Dover, came up there. Dover came up with another piece of wordplay earlier that made me think of it. I think that might, so then he left, H-E for he, just the straight letter, L for left. So if something is put off, then it's held over. So that feels good. I'm very much liking Delos now with those 2 crossings. Enough actually that, let's have a look. Delos. From the island of Delos. Yeah, so it's a Greek island. Right. Plain article brought into house. Plain article. So an article could be an, one, the, definite or indefinite articles. Could be part of the definition, a plain article, but that doesn't feel likely. Brought into house. So that makes me think that we're putting the article into a word for house. That V and L is making me think that could be a villa. So if this is an, that gives us vanilla, which to some extent can be in plain. I mean, vanilla is a flavour, but I think people use it to mean the plain one, don't they? It's kind of the generic flavour. Okay. Monday off for current producer. Current producer, could that be like a current could be an amp, could that be like a generator or something? A magnetic current? Monday off. Could that be an anagram of Monday? We've got the A. Where would the Y go? O could go there. No. No, the O doesn't go there. So I think it was the O could go there because then you've got like even vowel distribution. But then where'd the Y go? And I think the Y could go there. And then I thought, actually, if the Y is there, then this becomes dynamo, which is a type of, it's a reverse generator, isn't it? A generator you'd, it's a type of generator. It's a generator where you make electricity by turning a motor, and a dynamo is the other way, where you, I don't know, but it's some sort of current producer. Obsequious subordinates, 3-3. So I'm thinking yes man or yes men because it's plural. Seen at first in Arab country. Seen at first is the first letter of the phrase seen at, the S. We're putting that inside Yemen, which is an Arab country. So yeah, that looks like it works. The pain of being clever. Smart. If something pains you, then it's smart. If something is painful, then it's smart. If you're being clever, then you're being smart. Burning fuels first. Put in river. So put in there feels positional. So fuels first, whatever that means, put a pin in that. Put inside river, whatever that means, put a pin in that. Now fuels first feels like it's the first letter of fuel, F, and is the air a river? Because if it was, then that becomes a fire, which does mean burning, and that's pretty good, I think. So let's have a look. Yeah, the River Aire is a river in Yorkshire. Oh, that was the other word I saw that made me think of Michael Curl's crossword the other day. Endure came up in a crossword with very different cluing. So, yeah, the Ure is a river in Yorkshire. Let's put it that way. I've learnt that one now. Witnesses going back and forth. So going back and forth implies to me that this is a palindrome, a word that spells the same thing back as forward. So if that was the case, it could be sees. If you see something, you witness it. If he sees it, he witnesses it. There we go. course, the most famous palindrome, I think, the most famous two palindromes are a man, a plan, a canal, Panama, which actually works as a palindrome, and Bolton, which is not a palindrome, but is claimed to be one in the Dead Parrot sketch. Get a Scot to build homes. Get a Scot is 8 letters. Build could be an anagram indicator. Cottages. Oh. This is going okay so far. King George observing a sign of advancing age. King George could be GR, George Rex, observing something, could be eyeing, which gives us greying. If you are greying, you're getting older, you're getting some grey hairs. I've got a couple. No drink. That's upset a monster. I'm thinking dragon. If you drink something, then you take a drag. Is that more cigarettes? I think you can take a drag on a drink. Drag and no, and then upset it. I'm not sure enough to put it in, but let's remember it's there. Primate, gorilla feels reasonable. Revealed by stream in part of India. Part of India could be Goa. Had some Goan curries in my time. And another stream, the Rill. Oh, it's not a stream called the Rill. A rill is a word for a stream. Lazy bones may be riled. Maybe could be an anagram indicator. Could be a join actually, just to give you two definitions. But I think this is idler. Trees. Not. So what could trees not entirely original mean? Trees not entirely original. If I take a word that means original, I could not use all of the word and try and get trees. Or considering trees is plural, if trees was the definition, I'd expect the answer to be plural. So maybe it's a word for trees, and I'm not taking all of that. Okay, we'll come back to that one maybe. A former head of state managed clubs in the centre of Oxford. Former head of state. So the centre of Oxford, if we're talking about the city centre, having like a district of that feels very specialist. So I'm thinking that in the is positional, and we're putting something in the centre of the word Oxford. If you manage something, you run it. So managed could be ran. Centre of Ox would be FO, and clubs. Okay, this seems like it's a good way to go. Clubs in terms of like sort of bridge notation. The suits will be, you know, hearts, diamonds, spades, and clubs. Clubs would be C. That gives Franco, who was a former head of state, General Franco. Did he do? Was he in charge of Spain? Looks good anyway. Okay, Pole playing a part in television or theatre. Okay, so pole here. Pole often is going to be N, E, S or W, but actually playing a part, it can be a hidden indicator, and in television we've got the N, or, and the start of theatre we get north, which is a pole. Pole unusually is our definition. Well, not dragon then. No drink. That's upset. A monster. So that's upset a monster. The word a there is doing very little. It could be part of the definition, a monster. What if we say it's part of the wordplay? And there's a drink, question mark, that's upset. Could it be an anagram of a drink? There's a 3-letter drink, gin. No, just use the no. Gin. Nongia. That's upset. A monster. No drink. The question mark there could be indicating it's something a little odd. No drink, sober, teetotal. No drink. That's upset. Sad, down. A monster. With an O and a G, I'm thinking ogre is possible, but no drink. That's upset. I'm not seeing it. Vandalism may be wonderful. Vandalism. Thuggery. Graffiti. The Vandals were a tribe. Vandalism being like a vandal. I've got 3 here that feel we've had a look at and feel a little bit tricky. I think as soon as we get one, we'll get the crossing letters and probably get the others, but vandalism may be wonderful. Maybe can be an anagram indicator, but neither vandalism nor wonderful look to fit. Great, wonderful. Vandalism. If maybe is not a anagram indicator, what could it be? It could just be linking the 2 words for like a double definition. But I'm not seeing that. Trees. Not entirely original. not entirely could be a hidden indicator. We've got the I there, which gives us either Riggy or Gina. Neither one of those works. What trees could there be that have an I in? Ash. Looking for a short tree. Or group of trees. Wood. Copse. Thicket. Not original. Original could be indicating first letters. T-N-E-O. Entirely original. Have an E and a three-letter word meaning not, isn't, ain't. Doesn't do anything, but mayhem could fit there if we were putting something around it, but that doesn't feel like what we're doing. Vandalism may be wonderful. No drink. Well, no drink. That's upset a monster. Dry, thirsty. No drink. Drought. Upset a monster. What could this one be? No. That's upset a monster. Upset. That could be I-E. If we were to upset that. Mogwai? No, it's not right. Let's upset a monster. G. Let's to assume that it is an anagram of no gin, but actually it's not just drink that's upset, it's the whole thing, and then that's upset, and then A afterwards. What could we get from that? Ooh. Something like that. Get that sort of end, mongia. Nongia. No, don't think that's anything. We've still got this one to worry about as well. Circuits almost become void. Void is a space. Almost become void. Circuits almost. A circuit could be a lap. If something is voided, then it is lapsed. So a void could be a lapse with an E. So that actually I think does work. Yeah, so like a circuit of a racetrack would be a lap, wouldn't it? Yeah, okay. Happy with that one now. That's quite good. Trees, not entirely original. Got it. If something's original, then it's the first. If it's not entirely original, it's not the whole of first. We got firs, fir trees, vandalism. It is double definism. If you're doing vandalism, you are smashing. If something is wonderful, then it is smashing. Okay. That just gives us an N. We were playing around with an N. That. So again, making me think we've got gin. No drink. Gorgon is a I haven't worked out why it's Gorgon, but let's have a look-see. So we did that in 40 minutes. That's not too bad while talking it through, I don't think. I'd like to do it quicker if I wasn't talking it through, but yeah. Gorgon, so why is that? No drink. That's upset. Okay, it's the phrase no grog, no drink being upset, and a gorgon is a monster, so gorgon is synonymous. Okay, we got there in the end and didn't use any clues, didn't use any hints, so there's that going for it. I think that was pretty reasonable actually. I think we did a pretty reasonable pass at that. That was a good puzzle actually. It wasn't too easy. There were certainly some tricky bits in there. Felt very river and stream heavy. I know the year didn't come up. I made that one come up. We had a couple of odd ones, didn't we? It was a port, yeah. A rill being a stream. Yeah, no, that was very fair. I enjoyed it as a quiz. All right, well, if you enjoyed watching it, then feel free to join us again for another one. If you want to have a go at a Daily Mail Cryptic crossword in the interim, the link, as I say, is in the description. And if you have any trouble with it, come back and we'll see if the stream helps you out. Right, till next time. Bye bye bye.